Shown opposite is the net of a prism whose base or bottom is a trapezium. Part 1. Draw the prism that can be made from this net. Part 2. Calculate the volume of the prism. And Part 3. Determine the total surface area of the prism corrected 2 decimal places. So Part 1. Draw the prism that can be made from this net. So this is the base, which is rectangular. These are the sides. This is the front, this is the back, this is the top. So if we were to close it all over and put it together, we would have a shape that looks like this. So we have a trapezium at the front. So there's the trapezium at the front. We can't see the trapezium that's at the back, but this trapezium would also be at the back. This here is the top, and this is the side. So we can't see the base, we can't see the other side, and we can't see the back trapezium. Very important that when we draw the shape, we label it. So if from here to here is 32 centimeters, then from here to here is 32 centimeters. So from here to here is 32 centimeters. If the trapezium has a height of 8 centimeters, then from here to here is a height of 8 centimeters. If the distance from here to here is 32, and the distance from here to here is 8, and the distance from here to here is 8, then 32 minus 8 leaves 16. So the distance from here to here is 16. And then if the distance from here to here is 24, then the distance from here to here is 24 centimeters also. So now we have constructed our 3D shape. Part 2, calculate the volume of the prism. So we're going to let A be the area of the base, or the front of the prism. So to get the area of the front, or the trapezium, we're going to use the area of a trapezium formula, which is A plus B divided by 2 multiplied by H, where A and B are the parallel sides and H is the distance between them. Or sometimes the formula can be seen as a half multiplied by A plus B multiplied by H. So the parallel sides, the A and the B, is going to be 16 and 32. So it's going to be 32 plus 16 divided by 2. And the H, the height, is going to be 8. So multiplied by 8. And this is going to give us 192 centimeters squared. So the area of the front is 192 centimeters squared. And to get the volume, we just multiply it by the length. So 192 multiplied by 24 is 4,608 centimeters cubed. Part 3, determine the total surface area of the prism corrected 2 decimal places. So we basically need to find the area of all the surfaces, or the area of the net. So to calculate the area of the inclined faces, we need to find the distance from x to y. So I'm going to label this section here as xy. And if we have a look at the net of the shape, this section here, this length xy, is the same as this length here. So if we're to draw out a right angle triangle and label this distance as xy, then we could fill in the other 2 parts of the triangle as 8 and 8. So 8 centimeters and 8 centimeters. So if you were to imagine, if you had a look at the 3D shape, if you were to drop a perpendicular straight down and then across, you would form a right angle triangle. So we're trying to find the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle, which will give us this distance. So we have a right angle triangle, and to use Pythagoras' theorem, we're going to label it A, B, and C, with C being the longest side. And remember, Pythagoras' theorem is c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So the c squared is going to be xy squared, the a squared will be 8 squared, and the b squared will also be 8 squared. And then bringing the square over the other side, we're going to have xy equals the square root of 8 squared plus 8 squared, which is going to be 11.31. So the distance from x to y is going to be 11.31. So that distance there is 11.31. Then the area of the bottom is going to be 32 times 24. So 32 multiplied by 24. So 32 multiplied by 24, which will give us 768. The area of the top will be 16 times 24. So it's going to be 16 times 24, which will be 384. Then the two slant sides, it's going to be 11.31 times 24. So it's going to be 11.31 times 24. So we get 271.44 for both of them. And the two of them together will be 542.88. Then the area of the back and the front, so the trapeziums, we got them to be 192. The area of the front to be 192. So 192 and 192. So now we have all the areas, we just have to add them together to get the total surface area. So the back and the front, there was two of them. 2 times 192 is 384. So then adding the 768, the 384, the 542.88, and the 384 gives us a total of 2078.88 centimeters squared.